It is a fairly cool morning here in Central Kentucky Zone 6B. So we are opening doors and windows because it was actually a good 10 degrees cooler outside than in my home. Excuse me. What are you doing? Oh, are you checking out Anne? Anne is my fake chicken. Look. And she is checking her out. Please don't poop in my house. Come on, you gonna come back out? Look, she's most confused. That's hilarious. Hey, girlie. Hi. Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our bubble. It is a beautiful morning in the bubble. We are headed out to the garden. We have tons of stuff to pick. I went out last night. I got beans, tomatoes, squash, all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, I gotta wait. I gotta include my YouTube peeps. So we're gonna head out into the garden today. Got my basket, got my coffee. It's around 8 in the morning. We are 65 degrees and gorgeous. So let's get to it. There's lots to do. On our way out to the garden, you've seen my previous videos. You know that lilies are my favorite flower. This is another kind of lily that we have. This is called a magic lily or a pink lady, depending on how you were raised, I guess. People call them different things. But when we first moved in, we had a small patch of them. Now, this was 22 years ago. And I planted these magic lilies everywhere. They stretch everywhere. The bees are loving the squash this morning. Look at those blooms. Oh my goodness. Those are gorgeous. These are butternut squash, and they have done quite well at just kind of making a border. Whereas my other ones climbed a lot more, which we are picking these today. In our last garden video, I misspoke and I was corrected by a viewer. Thank you. I do mess things up. Please correct me if I am wrong. I said that these were cosmos. I misspoke. They are cosmic zinnias, so they're quite lovely. They look like they have paint splattered on them. I really like this one. It's just got the soft little dots. And they're so unusual. Like this one, it looks like half of it got splattered and half of it didn't. I think they're so neat. But these are zinnias and they are lovely. Hey, these are spaghetti squash. I've run into people that don't know what spaghetti squash is. So spaghetti squash is a squash that you cook in the oven. We cut it in half. It gets oiled up, cooked in the oven, and then you take a fork and it shreds up just like spaghetti. We love spaghetti squash. We eat quite a bit of it. We can get it at our local grocery, normally year round. I planted some seeds and I treated the bottoms to keep the boll weevils away. But the boll weevils just went in further up the stalk. So right here, it looks crummy. That is where a boll weevil has gone in. See right here, it looks sandy. So they have destroyed my vine. But we are able to get some of them, and actually this is the perfect size. And it is dying back. Oh, there's so many shadows. And I can tell because it is starting to turn yellow. They were a bright green. So we're going to start cutting off all the spaghetti squash and all the butternut squash that are ready, because the butternut squash vines are blooming again. So, and our regular butternut squash are turning color. So I want to go on and pick them so that the plant can give all of its energy to the new butternut squash. And if you see a jiggle, it's because Kevin keeps hitting the tripod. Kevin. So we are picking the butternut squash as well, at least the ones that have turned kind of orangey. They do start out a green color. Start out looking like this. And then when they're done growing, they turn orange.
Even after all this time, been waiting on you to call, but you're so found. I tell you I've seen it all. You can't let me down. Been waiting on you to call me, so I'll just be around. I'll just be around. You don't have to front.
So now we're going to pick the tomatoes. My tomatoes have done wonderful this year. I have picked on them several times. I grow a Campari tomato and a sweet pea tomato, mainly because that's what came up in the garden. All of my tomatoes are volunteers. And I do like the smaller tomato because they go in my food mill a lot easier to process later. The Campari tomatoes, the seeds came from a pack of tomatoes that I bought at Costco last year, whereas the sweet pea tomatoes, they're all the way down at the end. They came from another tomato as well that I transported from my brother and sister-in-law's house in New Jersey. One thing that I did do that I am most pleased with, I do watch a few other homesteaders on YouTube, and something that a couple of them suggested was if you have a problem with hornworms, I'll throw a picture up, then you should plant basil with your tomatoes. So I did that. Basil, basil, there's another basil. So far so good. I have not seen any damage to any of the leaves. The hornworms will eat the leaves, they'll eat the stem, they'll eat everything.
Even in the thick of it,
Did get a little yellow pear tomato. These are one of my favorites.
it's just to make a way through this. Been waiting on you to call, but you're safely found. I tell you I've seen it all. You can't let me down. Been waiting on you to call me, so I'll just be around. I'll just be around.
So these are our cucumber plants, and they were called sugar babies, or some people call them cucamelons, the little bitty. We have yet to get any. I have one small cucumber. We're going to pick it. Very small, but that's okay. If you're just joining me, I actually did get my garden started a little late. Here in central Kentucky, we have a pretty long growing season. We have around 170 days. So I still have plenty of time before our first frost. We went on vacation at kind of a horrible time, right when you're trying to get your garden out, but that was the time we had available. So my stuff is actually coming on a little later than most anyone else within my zone. A lot of people at this point are actually planting like a second batch of beans, which is great for a fall crop, and my beans are just now coming on. So we are going to pick a lot of them. Some of the plants, I think I had a bird problem. I think they were nipping off the young plant. So I did have to replant a lot of my bean plants, but the ones that were planted first are full of beans, and we're going to get those picked.
I'll just be around. Been waiting on you to call. Let yourself be found. I tell you I've seen it all. You can't let me down. Been waiting on you to call me, so I just be around. I'll just be around. I'll just be hanging around.
Look at the size of this bean. It's like as long as my hand. Not too bad. Something else that's pretty exciting is we have a tiny watermelon. In the last couple weeks, the vines, they really took off. So maybe we'll get a watermelon or two. Now these radishes, something needs to be done with them. So our morning glories have opened up. Oh, well, hello there. I do not plant morning glories. Morning glories are more of a weed. That's morning glory. And we have a couple of others. There's a white one poking out. And the purple ones. They are lovely. I realize a lot of people plant these in their garden. I do not. I actually pull them up as a weed, and we can see how well that's worked out. Unfortunately, we have not gotten a whole lot of squash and zucchini. It's like I have one tiny one there, but it's about ready. Not too bad of a haul. I have been collecting about this many tomatoes every 3 days. We got quite a few more radishes, and that just about cleaned out all of our radishes. Beans, not too bad, considering that most of the plants actually have not gone to bean yet. So that's not too bad.
I just wanna go out on I just like to talk with you. You don't have to tell me anything that's new. I just wanna go out on a walk with you. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine, sailing over pavement with our two outlines. I like to see the shape you're in from time to time. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine.
Okay, so now I'm gonna put all of the squashes on the dining room table. Isn't my tablecloth wonderfully hideous? It was $1.25. I got it at the Dollar Tree, but it is plastic. So if somebody oozes for some reason, which none of these should, it will not hurt my table. So everybody's got to sit on the table for a little while, especially our spaghetti squash. This is a spaghetti squash I picked a couple of weeks ago, and it is still trying to turn yellow. This one's actually a little yellower. So they're going to have to sit on the table for a few weeks and harden up. These squash are wonderful they do make it through most of the winter. The butternut squash are the same way. Last year was the first time we grew butternut squash. And to be honest, I did it because other homesteaders just, oh, they're so wonderful. And you know what? They were right. They are very good. And so we're going to let them sit here for a while. I think last year we ate our last butternut squash, which was about this size. It wasn't that long ago. I want to say in February. We ate our last butternut squash in February, and it was perfectly fine. There were no soft spots. It was just like I had just picked it out of the garden. Oh, there's a tiny potato. I did have the potatoes sitting here hardening off. There's a little seed potato. We'll have to save that. But so far this year, we've ended up with 5 butternut squash and 6 spaghetti squash. And we're not done yet. Well, the spaghetti squash are about done. But the butternut, they're just getting started. All of the larger tomatoes, the Camparis, get set on the windowsill so that they can ripen a little more. Then all of our sweet peas get put in a ramekin. I throw these in salads, omelets, you name it. But once the larger tomatoes turn bright red, they are put in a bag and placed in the freezer until I collect enough that I can process them into tomato sauce, spaghetti sauce, etc. Now, eating the one small tomato in the garden this morning triggered my hunger. I am starving. I'm also thirsty. I think I left my coffee cup in the garden. But the last video, we made a wild blackberry jelly, and I realized I hadn't actually tried it yet. So we're trying it this morning. I love the wild blackberry jelly. Not only is it a free fruit, but it's fairly easy to work with, and with a little sugar is delicious. If you would like to know how to make blackberry jelly, just watch last week's video. And if you haven't hit subscribe yet, please do so. I hate for you to miss out on all the fun we have here in our bubble. But thank you guys for hanging with me today, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.